If you would wear one fashion brand for the rest of your life, what it would be?
Oh my God. There's a word for them. They're called key rats.
Key rats?
Mommy, I'm so proud of you. You're learning. It was, I think, every school in Miami is
so
very
how did you
difficult.
Get in?
We
Tell
got
us
lucky.
The
We got lucky.
Hi guys, my name is KATYA MOLINA and today I am at the Key Biscayne neighborhood visiting my amazing friend Gabi, and we're gonna talk about lifestyle in this community and generally speaking about lifestyle in Miami.
Welcome.
Thank you. Could you tell us more about your work? Because you're doing something super creative and very outstanding.
I really know how to do it. It's what I do best is branding and advertising. So I've had this agency where we do brand architecture. We do everything to create a brand, from naming to logos to collateral material, websites, social media, management design, copywriting, everything you need to really create a brand and expand it.
So who is your main clients for your branding agency right now?
I have a niche of clients. I do a lot of food packaging. Lately, for some reason, I've gotten a lot of interior designers and builders as well. So I'm getting a lot into that as well.
What about fashion? I know you love fashion.
I love fashion. The thing that I love, I'm very Latina thing in that sense. I love to get dressed and do my hair and put heels and clothes, and everything is a very good excuse to get dressed and find something fun to wear. So I really love fashion.
Your favorite street designers?
I'm really into kind of quirky things. I like that brand Awake Mode that has weird mom things, very romantic. And I love Zimmerman, and Jonathan Simka is always a go-to as well. And actually, I haven't offered you anything to drink or eat. Would you like a coffee?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Here you go.
Oh, it's so beautiful. I love the details. Actually, that's my favorite brand. Christian Lacroix, right?
Vista Alegre.
Vista Alegre. So yeah, what about the diet? How do you eat?
I don't believe in dieting. I just believe in eating very healthy. For breakfast, for sure, I'm very boring and I have the same thing every single day, which is egg whites and oatmeal with blueberries. When I travel, it depends. I always try to find something with protein and a complex carb for breakfast, but I try to be flexible. That's my combination pretty much. Lean protein, complex carb, and a
no sugar.
Salad. And I try to avoid sugar.
How you balancing work and kids and your beautiful family? I love your family.
I can tell you I'm definitely not balanced. Whenever I do something, I try to focus and do that thing that I'm doing the best that I can. But of course, once I'm focusing something is gonna give. It's always finding that balance. Organization is key for sure. I can tell you for sure I haven't found a place where I'm perfectly balanced. Something is always out of place at some point. I think it's just getting organized as possible. And whenever you're focused on something, focus on that one thing and try to make it the best possible. I think that's the thing. But other than that, I don't think I have found my balance, or if there's really that perfect balance.
I love how you decorated the house. Did you do everything by yourself?
No, I had help from an amazing designer. They're called IG Workshop Interiors.
If you would wear one fashion brand for the rest of your life, what it would be?
I'm lately super into Jonathan Simka. It's probably jeans and a t-shirt. I'm most comfortable in jeans always. If I had to wear one piece of clothing for the rest of my life, for sure.
If you would describe your life in emojis, which emojis would you choose?
My most used emoji, which is the little heart with the little face with the heart.
So love.
Lots of love. I feel like a very lucky girl.
Which one was the funniest, the most boring, and the most unforgettable spots?
We just went to Capri and Sardinia this past summer.
I saw.
It was so fun. I think it's also the ages of the kids.
I was about to
right?
say, yeah, they're getting older, the more fun you get with your kids.
So we were all able to jump from the boats and swim on the open sea, and that was such a fun part. We really enjoyed that. And boring, honestly, we haven't been to a boring place. Traveling with kids, I take my kids everywhere. I never leave them behind. It's hard for me to leave the kids behind.
How is your kids inspiring you in your work?
The little one is so funny. He's at the age that he says, kids say the darnest things. He always reminds me to incorporate that fun, that just very spontaneous part of life within my work even, And my oldest one is getting so smart and so creative, and she's such an avid reader. She's always reading, and I've always liked to read.
This is amazing. Lately,
Yes.
kids don't read. How did you make that this is a habit for them? You were just buying lots of books, or you were showing them as example?
There was always books in the house, for sure. I'm a big reader, and I make a point of reading to them every single night. And then I was also lucky, you know, it's the luck of the draw. I got very lucky that she loves to read. I don't know with the little one if I'll have the same luck. I've started to pick up the paper books again, and it's just such a different experience.
Absolutely.
You know, just the smell of the pages. Just makes
What is your favorite
experience.
book?
You know, I love to read about psychology. That's my thing. And so I'm always reading about Carl Jung, and it's just my obsession, reading about psychology and psychologies. That's my thing.
I love your terrace.
Thank
so
you.
you spend lots of time at the pool?
A lot of time.
Do you have any family traditions? You do a lot, guys?
I'm all about tradition. I
Really?
love, yes. Lately, the past couple of years, the kids want to dress up as a family, so it's like our tradition.
I remember the last one which we attended, you was Star Wars.
Star Wars. We were all, like, I was Princess Leia, and like the kids, different characters from the movie. So that's for sure. It all revolves around the holidays. I like to keep traditions also from my country, from Ecuador.
By the way, do you take your kids to Ecuador?
My family comes here a lot, so I don't go back there a lot. But I do try to keep all the traditions. So we have little special things and little different days that we do these cookies or these things or special foods. I always keep traditions. So there's always something going on. I adore traditions.
And your husband, where he's from?
He's from Argentina.
So what about mix of your country, his
Yes,
country?
for sure.
By the way, do you speak Spanish with your kids?
Only Spanish.
Only Spanish, that's a good
Only
point.
Spanish. There's a funny story. When they were little, I would tell them, please talk to me in Spanish because I don't understand English.
Yeah.
You know? And then they will listen to me say in public, talking in English. And
Mommy,
they'll say,
but you talk English, yeah?
Mommy, I'm so proud of you. You're learning. I'm so happy for you.
What is your favorite spots in Miami?
I think I'm loving pasties lately. I love carbone for dinner.
Carbon, of course. It's
Yes.
very beautiful place.
And when I'm shopping around the design district, Contessa is always a place that I like.
Interesting. Right? We just been there last week. Why don't we go around Key Biscayne and you can show us around? What is the most beautiful, the most expensive houses? Who lives in the neighborhood? I think it could be a cool experience.
Okay, so let's go on the golf cart now.
Oh, that's cool.
It is such a small island, and you can just take a golf cart anywhere. I think it's like 3 miles wide and 3 miles around. It takes less than 15 minutes to go around the whole island.
That's cool. So when you drive around, you don't use a car, right?
Not inside the island. It's actually much easier to drive a golf cart, and I'll show you why. Because every shopping center has a little golf cart entrance from the back. So instead of going around with a car, you just make a shortcut with the golf cart only. So it's easier to access like restaurants and stores and everything with the golf cart.
That's super cool. So when you're driving golf car, is the same way? You have to follow the rules?
You have to follow all the rules. You have to have it registered and you have to have a license. They can start driving it a little younger. I'll have to check the regulations because I see a
Maybe
lot
14 years.
I see a lot of little kids driving them around. And this is the park, which is the heart of the community.
Do you go there?
Yes, like everything happens around the park.
Do you have a Publix here?
So in Dixie, and then there is a little small store that's very like high-end, all organic and European things.
What else do you have on the island? I saw you have church, post office, police station.
You know what I really love? We have our own firefighter department, right? So it's really good because
In case
of an emergency, they're there within 3 minutes, which is, for me, like it's a lot of peace of mind. And it's very, very safe. What I love about this island is like a little old town, like from way back in the days. All the kids walk to school, they ride around the island.
So you don't
alone.
take your babies to school?
My kids go to school outside of the island.
Yeah.
But people that live within the island, the kids
They just walk.
Yeah, they walk to school, or they ride their scooters or their bikes, and it's like a very like.
So majority of your life you spend on the island or you get out?
I get out a lot because my school is outside of the island.
And work, right?
But most people stay within the island the entire week, pretty much. And there's a word for them. They're called key rats.
Key rats?
Because they just stay within the island and there's really no need to get out of the island at all. People don't like to. They're so convenient here. Everything is literally 5 minutes away. You want to go to Dixie, it's 5 minutes away. You want to go to your friend's house, it's 5 minutes away. You want to go to the beach, it's 5 minutes away. So people don't like to commute.
Yeah.
They just stay. And you have very nice restaurants. And
What is your favorite?
there's one for sushi called Kasumi that I love, and another one called Costa Med that I love.
And I see you have lots of condos here.
Everything like from, this is Crandon, right? Crandon is like the main street. From Crandon to that side is pretty much everything is condos. From Crandon to that side is pretty much all houses. So this is called the Grand Bay Club. That's where we're going. And this property, on that side you have the Ritz-Carlton.
Ritz-Carlton Hotel, right?
Hotel, and then you have the Grand Bay Towers and the Grand Bay Club.
This is the Ritz-Carlton, Oceania, the new condo.
There, but this property, it's only for Ritz-Carlton and Grand Bay condo, and then the Grand Bay Club. But it's two different things. It's not automatic. If you live in the Grand Bay condo, it's not automatically you are a member of the Grand Bay.
So you are a member of the
Grand Bay Club.
Grand Bay Club. That's why you go to the beach.
Right. But there's many places to access the beach in the island.
And there is free access as well?
There's free access somewhere. I think on Billbags, there's a couple of free accesses. Then there is Key Biscayne Beach Club, which is part of the city, which is nice as well. And then if you want something more private, you can do the Grand Bay Club.
So how long you been living in the Key Biscayne?
2.5 years, well, yeah.
It's been already 2.5 years. Can you imagine? Time flies.
Time flies. This is a club, the private club, and it's super convenient. You can have lunch while the kids play in the playground, and there's a pool, and then you have access to the beach. And it's just a happy place for me. It's super relaxing and easy. And
so majority of people who's the members, they live in the houses, and that's why they want to become a member? Or?
Usually, yes, because they live in houses and they don't have direct access to the beach, and they just want to have the convenience of having the beach chairs and the towels and everything set up so you don't have to carry around things. But anybody can become a member of this club. You don't have to be exclusive from Key Biscayne.
How much is it?
It's like a deposit of around, we'd have to ask them, like 20, 30,000, something like that, and then a maintenance fee of every month. So come, let's go to the beach.
I see you have kayakis.
Yeah, so it's fun to have that double thing. You know, you have your house, and if you want privacy, you go to your own pool. But if you really want to see people or are bored or you have no plans for the weekend, you just come here, and it's always like a nice plan to do. Always fun.
So yeah, what is the situation with the schools here, about the high schools?
There's a lot of really good schools here. There's for little kids, there's a couple of beautiful options. For preschoolers, there's I think a lot of options that are amazing. And then when the kids are a little bit older, there's the public school here is really good. And then there you have another private school called St. Agnes that is also amazing. The only drawback may be that there's not a high school within the island. When people have older kids and the moms that like to be involved in the school, that's when people start maybe considering moving away from the island. It's an island that you can stay forever. It's so fun and so convenient and so easy.
So in the school must, you don't have a high school?
They have a high school, they do.
So why don't you take that opportunity?
It wasn't, it was an amazing school, but we thought the school that she's going to was a better fit for her.
The Gulliver?
Yes.
It is. Actually, it was probably very difficult to get in.
It was, I think every school in Miami is very difficult.
How did you get in?
We
Tell
got
us the
lucky.
secret.
We got lucky. We applied to a couple of schools. We got waitlisted to one of the schools that we really liked.
Which one?
Ransom.
You would prefer that school?
I really like Ransom. Another type of school that your kid has to be a good fit for.
How you determine which school is good for your kid? How do you know?
I mean, for example, Ransom is a very demanding school academically, and you have to know if your kid has to be at a very, very high level academically. Sometimes kids, for me, for example, I was always very good in English, but math was not my best subject. You know? So maybe I would have struggled in Ransom.
Are there any local Key Biscayne events, traditions, which you're looking forward to every year?
There's a couple.
I know
actually.
one. It's a Halloween.
Halloween for sure.
You remember I came the other time?
Remember, it was so fun. Halloween here is like a huge thing, especially a couple of main streets.
People are preparing.
People are prepared. I'm one of the people.
I know.
So I go crazy with the Halloween decorations, and I usually have to buy around 15 bags of the Costco candy, many pounds of candy, and I run out of it every single year.
Honestly, I had so much fun like a little kid on the golf car, running around, watching beautiful houses. You live in an absolutely gorgeous area.
Thank you so much. I love having you here. Always fun.
Thank you so much, guys. I hope you enjoy our mini tour of Key Biscayne, and I'm sure now people are gonna be like, okay, we should move there.
Yeah, you should move her. You'll love it here.
Thank you, guys.